From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
That poor lawyer who was a contestant on Jeopardy last week is still getting roasted online for his answer. Steve Bright, he's a Boston attorney, and here I'll play the question for you without the answer, and then you give me your best guess on what you think the answer might be. Okay. So here's the question.
Hot stuff for 1,000.
Stephano Ferara is a famous maker of these, which can reach a temperature of 800 degrees inside.
Okay, so Stephano Ferara is a famous maker of these, which can reach a temperature of 800 degrees inside.
An oven.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. What is an oven?
What is an oven? So here is Steven's answer.
Steve.
Is it calzone?
No. What are ovens?
Okay, so...
Yo, I love calzones.
Okay.
All right? I love calzones, but there's no way a calzone is reaching 800 degrees. Bro, how much you love calzones? That's got to be your answer.
Right?
Yo, hold on a second.
So
how much is it worth? Let me listen to this again.
$200.
Hot stuff for 1,000.
$1,000.
Stephano Ferara is a famous maker of these, which can reach a temperature of 800 degrees inside.
$1,000.
Right.
And his answer.
Steve.
Yes.
Is it calzone?
Right. But that's why calzone and 800 degrees were trending like crazy for a couple days. Steve and his 800-degree calzone.
Is it calzone?
That would like melt your face.
Oh, dude, you wouldn't be able to pick it up.
No,
right?
But if you've been,
Even if you were to
sometimes
try
they're
to-
a little bit cooler on the outside. Like, let's say it was 100 degrees on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, like 100 degrees on the outside. If you bit into something that was 800 degrees,
You would die.
It would you would put it in your mouth and it would melt all the way down and just fall out between your legs.
Yeah.
Like it would just melt its way. It would melt its way out
Even
of
if you were to use utensils, right? At 800 degrees, those utensils are
be
melting
soft.
and bending.
Yeah, it'd be soft.
Is it calzone?
Poor Steve. Anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, everyone, take a deep breath and prepare yourselves.
Very hard things, Roz and Mocha's very hard things.
Yes. Welcome to Very Hard Things. We ask Dammit Maury and his husband, Dammit Matthew, to explain something very difficult. Something that is very hard to explain. Roz and Mocha's very hard things. And the task this week was a shock to me when I discovered this because there is actually no scientific consensus on how this happens. There's a couple of really good theories, but for a long time and for a lot of people, the exact science behind this is still sort of debatable, and that is, why does a bicycle stay up?
Wow.
And you can't say, well, because you ride it, right?
You can't.
No,
that would be the obvious answer.
No, because if you take a bicycle and just push it real hard, it'll go and sort of lean towards whatever side that wheel starts going to, but it wants to stay up. And then once it runs out of speed, it will fall. But it wants to stay up. So it's not about learning how to ride a bike. It's what is it about a bicycle that makes it stay up?
Matthew.
No. What do you want from me?
It's time, Angie. Are you ready for another Very Hard Things?
I'm always ready for very hard things.
Okay. Explain how a bicycle works, as in how it stays up and doesn't fall.
Gravity.
No, gravity would pull it down.
A bicycle works because it's standing up anyways, and you're on it, and you're
It's
pedaling.
not standing up anyways. It normally would fall over. It only stays up once you lift it.
Because the humans are on it riding them. I don't have time for these stupid questions.
My answer is it stays up because you're continually pedaling it.
Exactly.
So explain
So
that.
what I said.
No, but explain what the pedal. How does it stay up because of the pedaling?
Because of the pedal. You just answered your own question.
What makes it stay up?
Balance is the answer.
So is it the wheels that keep it up, or is it the pedaling? What keeps it up?
I told you already, and you keep asking me the question over and
No,
over
I'm asking you
again.
different. What keeps it upright? The pedaling or
balance?
No.
Human beings are on there pedaling, balancing, and riding.
What is it about the design of the bike that keeps it up?
Thin metal rods, light thin metal rods, and with wheels.
Right.
AKA human body on top of that with balance and riding it equals staying up. It just works. It just is.
So then wouldn't a bike stay up on its own without a person on it?
No, because a person isn't on it. To maintain balance, create balance, maintain balance, whatever.
So why is it harder to keep a unicycle up?
Is a unicycle. The 3 one?
No, uni.
Oh, one.
Uni, not try.
Uni.
Uni.
Oh. Why is it harder? Because there's only one wheel.
So is this very hard?
Yes, it's hard, but I really think it's the human that keeps it up, because you could have someone that doesn't know how to ride a bike on the bike and it still tips. So it really is up to the human being.
So it's the specific human, not necessarily the balance.
The human being creates the balance and causes the balance.
Was that a very
I bet you I was right.
Was that a very hard thing?
No. It took me a while, but...
Do you feel smart that you couldn't figure out unicycle and tricycle?
Well, I didn't think you would ask about unicycle. I mean, uni. Now that makes sense, but I thought you were talking about the triple one, whatever.
Tri.
Like the big... No, a tricycle is, a tricycle.
Oh, you're thinking of a quad.
Maybe I don't know anymore. I don't care anymore. Bye.
The Damnits, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Today is No Pants Day. I just want to ask right away,
What
how
does
are
that
we
mean?
celebrating?
What does that mean, No Pants Day?
Well, it means no pants today.
Why? What's the significance
Elaborate.
of No Pants Day?
Go on.
It's a chance to celebrate.
But why?
No, it's a chance to celebrate your day relaxing with no pants.
No. I think it's about wearing like things other than pants, like shorts and skirts and dresses and so on and so forth. Not no pants.
Well,
Is
you
it?
could, even with no pants, you could still be in your...
So what are you wearing today?
Well, I'm wearing pants, but
Okay,
because
you
I
go
didn't know how we were
okay,
celebrating.
you go first. You want to be the example, homie. It's No Undies Fundies, too.
I didn't get that note, but I'll...
No Undies Friday.
Okay. Now what?
Okay,
You're the one that brought this up, bro. Where are you going with this?
I don't know where you going with this, man. So here's
Am I
my...
supposed to, like, dance?
It's your thing, man. Don't look at me.
You came in here to talk about this.
Right.
Like, have the information.
Yeah. Okay, so you obviously want to not wear pants today. I'm fine with that.
No, it's not a matter of not wanting to wear pants. I just want to be part of the group.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now,
Take your pants all the way off then.
dropping your pants in front of me is no way to get part of the group. Okay, yeah. No, you should have left him around his ankles, man. I was about to do a whole thing. Make him do, like, lunges and things.
Oh, look, I'll put them back on.
Okay.
Let me see these pants.
Okay, Mocha's now walking over to Damn
Look, and by the way, 30 waist.
That's what these say. That's not what that says.
Yeah.
Why am I laughing?
Yeah. A lot
Where
of...
are you going?
Oh, he's through them. Oh, Mocha just opened the door of the studio and whipped him down the hallway. Okay.
Now you can celebrate No Pants Day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no pants, no net. Because you actually now have to go and get those yourself.
There's people in the hall.
Also, Maury, just so you know, I'm just reading now. Hold on. What's the date again? Can you guys confirm the date again for me, please? Yes. No, I am right. It is also absolutely no gray T-shirt day. It is no. I'm pleased. I'm not forcing you to. I'm just. You seem to want to do what the internet says. So I'm just like
Challenge accepted.
yeah. You are. Yeah. You're like the challenge accepted guy today. Also, your pants are in the hallway, looking like a crime out there.
But you know what's even funnier is that there's construction going on
Right,
too. So there's
yeah.
like 6 construction guys right
And
over
you
there.
threw my pants at them.
Right. And the best part is that you need a key card to get back into the studio, and Maury's key card is attached to his pants.
Oh my God.
Happy No Pants Day, everybody.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, these junk science surveys that we cover all the time are getting more ballsy with their questions.
Okay.
The question is, are you better than everyone you know?
At what?
Just a better person. So let me back this up. So they asked 81% of people said that they believe that humankind is inherently good. 3 in 4 people believe they themselves are fundamentally a good person. When researchers asked respondents how they would compare themselves to others, 46% of people said they were better than anyone they know.
Wow.
46% of people said that they were better than anyone they knew.
If you had to answer this survey, this question, Roz.
Am I better than everyone I know?
What would your answer be?
100% no.
Okay. Damn it, Maury.
I have to say no.
What
Because
do you
I know it's no.
But you make it seem like you're saying no, but you disagree with your answer.
No. I agree with me, but I wish I was better than a lot of people. I think I'm better at some things.
No, a better person.
Yeah, person.
Oh, so it's not smarts. It's just a better, I'm nicer. I'm just a better human being.
You're a better human
Hell
being.
yes.
You think you're a better human being than everybody you know.
I thought you were just talking smarts. Then I'd say no. But I just, as a better human being, absolutely.
You think that you're a better person than
I know when I do wrong.
No, you don't. You're such a
Yeah,
liar.
but
I know.
Yeah, but you never admit it and you lie about it.
Exactly.
Which makes you
a better person.
Not a good person.
Mocha, what about you?
I think this is the toughest. I think for all of us, I think that Mocha, this is probably the toughest question for you, because I think you occupy space in other people's lives where you are the best person that they know.
Oh, thanks.
So the question then becomes, in your life, are you better than everybody you know?
No, I can.
You're not.
No, I know.
Really?
I can think right now of like 2 or 3 other people in my life who
Yeah.
I know are a better person.
Let me argue Mocha on this.
But is this just because you're one of the great qualities you have and what makes you such a good person is that you are so giving and modest that you would refuse to even answer this question truthfully because you feel that it would make you less of a person?
No, because I think that there are better people out there.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Mocha is just being too nice.
Not out there. These are people you know.
Sorry, people who I know. Yes, people in my life, people in my circle. Absolutely.
You think that there's better
I
people?
think, yeah.
Really?
Are you a better person than your wife?
No, my wife is way better than me.
Are you a better person than your mom? She's not listening.
Okay. Are you a better person?
You know
than
what?
your
No,
mom?
my mom's very thoughtful.
Are you a better person
Is she
than your
more
sisters?
thoughtful than you though?
She is, yeah. I think that's where I get it from. Absolutely.
Are you better than your sisters?
Oh, absolutely. I'm better than my sister. Both of them. Yes.
Both of them. So that's the question. And again, they're getting very ballsy with their polling questions now. The question was, are you a better person than everyone else you know?
Roz, are you better than Catherine?
Hell no.
Wait.
Oh my God, no.
How would your husband Matthew answer this?
Matthew would say he's better than me at everything.
Yeah.
No, just a better person, like in general, over everybody else too?
Absolutely.
He would, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my dad's a better person than me.
Okay, so you're not a better person than everybody you know then.
Okay, sure. My dad.
Again, not admitting you're wrong and lying when you are.
Are you better than your mom, Roz?
Am I better than my mom? That's a good question. Am I a better person than my mom? No, I'm not.
Are you a better person than your brother?
No, I'm not. I'm not a better person than most people I know.
See, I'd say saying that you're better than your mom is a compliment to her.
You could take it that way, for sure. Maury, are you better than your mom?
Absolutely. She left me.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so the question is this. Assuming we're talking about a 1-year period. Okay. The question is this. Would you rather have $500,000 a day, $5 every second, $50,000 every 25 minutes, or $50 million right now?
Okay, I would need to do the math on all of those numbers.
Okay, but what does your gut tell you? I'll start with Maury. Maury, what does your gut tell you?
50 million right now.
I knew you were going to say that.
Maury would take 50 million right now.
Right now.
Okay, here.
Because
in case you need to do some quick math, I'll give you a piece of paper more. What is your gut telling you, Mocha? Again, I'll read them out again. Okay. Yeah. You can pick one, and this is for an entire year. Okay, so a 1 year period. You could have $500,000 a day.
Yeah.
You can have $5 every single second, $50,000 every 25 minutes, or $50 million right now.
So it's either the $5 a day, or sorry, $5 every second, or what was the next one?
$50,000 every 25 minutes.
One of those two.
One of those two
is going to be higher than 50 million. Is it the second one, the $5 one?
Again, $500,000 per day, $5 every second, $50,000 every 25 minutes, or $50 million right now over a 1 year period.
See, I think most people, because the allure of the $50 million, right?
Oh, please.
That's the jackpot. Yeah, you automatically go to that.
That's the jackpot.
Okay, so without doing the math.
So your gut is leaning towards either
the seconds or the 24 minutes.
Either $5 every second,
yeah,
or $50,000 every 25 minutes. Okay, pause on this.
Minutes, yeah.
Maury, where are you at with your math?
Well, there's 60 seconds in a minute.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of gas coming out of your diaphragm.
60 seconds in a minute. So
yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
okay.
60,
yes.
blah, blah, blah.
What are you trying to figure out?
Which one would give me more?
Okay, but how are you trying to figure that out?
Mathly.
Okay. No, but what is your process?
Doing how many seconds in a year.
Okay, how many seconds are in a year?
Well, there's 60 seconds in a minute.
So you're not even close to getting there yet.
That's where we're at.
Okay, wait till Maury starts trying to find out how many 25-minute chunks are in a year.
Oh, God.
And then, so 500,000 times 2 is 1 million.
Yes.
So that's 2 days.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. What does your gut tell you? Again, so the question is this: in a 1 year period,
yeah,
if you could have $500,000 a day, or $5 every second, or $50,000 every 25 minutes, or $50 million right now. So, Maury, I need your definitive answer on what you would want, and then I'll give you the results.
I think $500,000 a day would give you more money.
Okay. So that is your answer, $500,000 a day.
No, he gave his answer already. You said $50 million
That's
right now.
before I did it mathly.
He was doing a little math. He was doing a little math. So Maury's answer is $500,000 per day for 1 year. Mocha, you were between.
I'm gonna say
you were going between $5 every second and $50,000 every 25 minutes.
Okay. I'm still gonna go with the seconds.
I figured out the trick.
Okay. Well, there's a trick.
It's all the same.
Okay. Oh.
Is it really? Is it all the same?
No, it's not even close to being all the same.
My heart's saying.
Okay. So again, would you rather have over a 1 year period $500,000 a day,
yeah,
$5 every second, $50,000 every 25 minutes, or $50 million right now? Here are the totals for a 1 year period. If you chose, so first of all, $50 million, we all know that. $50 million at the end of the year would be $50 million at the end of the year. If you chose $500,000 a day, that would bring you a total at the end of the year of $182,500,000.
Wow.
Whoa.
If you chose $5 every second, that would bring you just below at $157,680,000.
Oh.
If you chose $50,000 every 25 minutes at the end of a year, you would have $1 billion.
Oh!
Okay. $1,051,200,000.
That was my second choice.
That is a big jump.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem it,
Because
though.
I just did the math on that one.
How?
50,
No, you
50,
didn't.
50, 50, 50 gives you $200,000 an hour.
Okay, it what?
$200,000 an hour.
Okay, by doing what?
50,000 and 50,000 is
Okay.
100,000.
Okay.
And then, so it's because you get 25. You get 4 25 minutes chunks in an hour.
You do.
No, you don't. Damn it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Trudeau says that he plans on getting the second AstraZeneca shot if it's available.
I think a lot of people still feel that way.
He was on TV this morning talking about it.
First of all, I have no hesitations or no regrets about the AstraZeneca because every vaccine used in Canada has been approved as safe and effective. So I and anyone else who got the AstraZeneca shot did the right thing.
If they got a bunch sitting around, just give it to me.
What are they going to do with all those now?
I don't know.
That's a question that nobody's been able to answer.
You know, it's
or
weird,
at least
but-
I haven't been able to find an answer for it.
I always had this thing in my head that I'm going to one day fight Justin Trudeau.
What do you mean? Like fist fight?
Yeah. I just have this thing in my
Really?
head. Like, not when he's prime minister or anything like that. Like years
Like
from
after?
now. Years from now, I think when we're older, I think that I just have this thing in my head where I think that he's going to say something to him or
He has
he's gonna-
boxing training.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
You don't.
Nah, it doesn't matter. I just think that we're going to fist fight one day. I met him years ago.
Yeah.
Like years ago before, like way before he was even in politics. On a show I was working on. And we didn't get along at all. He was just, he's not my kind of guy, right?
What do you mean? What happened? Did
Nah,
he say
no,
something?
he just
you guys just the chemistry wasn't there?
I tell you, you want me to be honest with you? He reminded me of every guy that I had ever met that really faked being into a lot of sensitive things just to get girls.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
the guy who was like really into the environment and like reduce, reuse, and recycle, but just because girls were into that. So he was into that. Like
But
he
now
just-
everybody's into it.
And he was born rich, and I've never gone along with anybody who's born rich.
Okay.
But we just didn't get along. Like, just not my kind of guy, right? Like, we hung out for a little while, and we did our thing, and just not my kind of guy. And then ever since then, I just have this thing in my head.
One time?
No, there's been other times.
Oh, okay.
But I just have it in my head. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not a violent person, but I just think, I truly believe that one day Justin Trudeau and I are going to fist fight. And it's going to be over something stupid, and people are going to like it will embarrass ourselves. Like, it's not
Like he's
going
going
to
to ask you, like you're going to be drinking a bottle of water. You
don't
finish
know.
that bottle of water, and he says, "Hey man, make sure you throw that in the recycling bin."
No. He will have said something, and I will roll my eyes.
Will it be in private or on like pay-per-view?
No. Just like out. Like
Yeah.
just out.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
just be somewhere. Like it'll just be somewhere where I don't. And I'm not saying I'm not even going to throw the first punch. Maybe I would. Right? Like I don't know. I don't know. I just have this feeling. You know when you get a feeling about something, right? And it's irrational. Like I don't know, and I can't justify it in any way because again, I'm not a violent person. I don't particularly hate the guy. I have nothing. But I just look at Justin Trudeau, and in my heart, like I truly believe that one
Damn,
day
bruh.
something is going to happen, and he and I are going to wind
Are
up
you going
fist
to be
fighting.
scared now moving forward if you're ever in the same room as him?
Scared of who?
No, like scared like is today the day.
Scared of who? Scared of who?
Yeah, like,
no, I don't
like
know.
let's say the next time you step into a room and you see Justin Trudeau,
Yeah,
Prime
I'm
Minister
not gonna
Justin Trudeau.
instigate
No.
anything.
But will you be like
your heart will sink?
Will you be like that Arthur meme where you clench your fist?
No. Like I'm not gonna.
Like,
I'm not gonna.
you're
go,
ready?
No.
Just
no.
in case?
No. Like I when I say that it's going to happen, like when I say in my heart, I believe it's going to happen. It's going to be like it's going to be something like it's going to be over nonsense, right? Like it'll just be dumb. Like I'm not going to walk in somewhere. I would never walk in somewhere like looking for a fight or looking to
obviously.
instigate
Yo,
something.
where's Trudeau at?
No,
You
not
don't
like
bust in the
not
door.
like that. No,
The Mounties listen to this show. Like they're going to
I'm
block
not-
you from everything
I'm
now.
not saying that
They're already probably on their way to your house.
I didn't say I wanted to. There's a big difference, Maury, between saying I wanted to and I just think in my heart I believe it will inevitably happen.
At some
right?
point.
There's a big difference in that, right? And it won't go well, right? Like it's not gonna. Like I don't have visions of like me like winning anything. I just think that we're gonna tussle one day.
It'll be something dumb.
It'll be something so dumb.
Like you will see him put ketchup, which you hate, on a hamburger.
No, I would never do that. He's going to try and no. I'll tell you exactly
I
what it
know
would be.
No, it's going to be fashion related.
No, hell no. It's going to be, he's going to be talking to people and like, blah, 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 saying something smart, right? Or I'm going to be like, blah. And then
and then he'll say, "What'd you say?"
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen, right? And then I'm just going to look at him and go, "I said blech." And then it's on, right?
Fist start flying.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Google Trends. This is the section where they analyze all the search data. And Google Trends just turned 15 years old.
Okay.
So, in honor of that, they've revealed the 5 questions that people have searched for the most in the past 15 years. And
15 years?
Mm-hmm. And one of these questions I see pop up anytime I Google.
Like Gangnam Style?
No.
Oh.
Like it will autofill.
Yeah.
So do you want me to tell you? Do you want to guess or do you want me to just tell you?
Oh my God.
what
I
they
could
are?
never get into the heads of what we've been Googling over 15 years.
The 5 questions people have searched for the most. Number 1.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Okay.
Which is a weird one because if you're searching either on your phone or a laptop or your computer, there's a clock there anyway, right?
But 15 years ago, though, we got to figure, right? Maybe 14 years ago, people
15
were
years
using...
ago, there was clocks on the computer.
Yeah, I know, I guess.
Number 2
It's
on the list.
a weird one.
How to tie a tie.
Oh,
this is the
Googled that.
one.
I've done that.
Yeah, so this is the one. Anytime I type in how to, it will autofill tie a tie. And I'm like, why does that always pop up?
But you got to keep in mind that when you're watching a video, it's like you got to turn around and face a mirror and watch it
Well,
behind you.
I don't click on the autofill because
I
I'm
know
not
how to
looking.
tie tie.
I know
don't
how to tie
actually.
tie. Yeah.
It just
I do not.
autofills. It autofills.
Another
That
one
kills me, autofill.
that you've probably filled out as well. A question, Dammit Maury. Again, these are the 5 most searched questions on Google Trends. Number 3 is how to kiss.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I know how to
kiss.
kiss. I just don't do it often.
I wonder what actually happens, though. Have you ever Googled how to kiss? What does it say?
I don't know. Why don't you do it right now?
How to kiss. Oh, there's a video and everything.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Can we hear the video?
2 young college co-eds. No, because I don't. You know what? And it's not because I'm afraid of what they're going to say. I don't want to listen to somebody kiss.
Also,
gross.
Then where is that? Like YouTube and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then your search history is going to be that, and then all the recommended videos are going to be other like how to kiss.
I know.
videos.
And Roxy sometimes uses my computer too. And
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Dad, what you doing?"
My computer's already garbage anyway.
Number 4 on the list is where am I?
Where am I?
Yeah, I don't know who would have to Google that.
I could see celebrities doing that if they don't know where they are if they're on tour.
Do you think, though, that maybe they think that your phone's GPS is just going to tell you where you are? Like you're
Like
able
specifically?
to...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Because if you go to like MapQuest, it finds you.
Right, but if you just Google where am I, does it come up?
Do that
if
too.
you Google?
Wanna
So
do it
close
right
the
now?
window about how to kiss.
Well, no, we're going to save that one for later, Maury.
Bookmark.
Okay, hold on here. Oh, God. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, the first thing that comes up is a link to Google. But that might not have been there 15 years ago.
Right.
I'm guessing it was, though.
And finally, 5 questions people have searched for the most in the past 15 years on Google Trends, according to Google Trends.
Yeah.
Number 5 is how many ounces in a cup?
8.
You didn't give me a chance.
Yeah. No, you're faster than Google. Results in 0.1 seconds.
Am I right, though? Am I right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think I'm right.
Oh, okay. Well, let me look it up.
What was it? 8 ounces in a cup?
8 ounces in a cup.
How many
ounces in a cup?
Ounces in a cup. The answer is 8.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Seth Rogen's still out promoting his book, Yearbook, full of tons of stories. But he stopped by Kelly Clarkson's show.
Mm-hmm.
And the connection between Kelly Clarkson and Seth Rogen actually goes back years. It goes back to the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember in the 40-Year-Old Virgin when Steve Carell is getting waxed?
Oh, famous scene.
And he's just shouting out nonsense every time they rip a strip of wax off him. And one of the things he says as they're waxing his chest is this.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Right. Okay. Just
and if you see the outtakes are hilarious because he
Yes.
screams out different things.
Everything.
During that scene, but the one that makes the movie and what really makes that scene.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Exactly. What's that? So Seth Rogen on with Kelly Clarkson yesterday.
Judd Apatow told me that, and I want to know if it's true, he told me that it's your fault that people scream my name everywhere I go. Kelly Clarkson.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. First of all, I owe you an apology.
No, it's awesome.
It is true. Yes, that is true. It was. I was a co-producer on the 4-Year-Old Virgin. I was also in it, but it was. I was a writer mostly by trade at the time. So I was hired to write also like jokes. We call them alt jokes or alternate jokes. And we knew Carell was going to be waxed, and he wouldn't be able to think clearly, probably. So we wanted to just be able to feed him things to say. And we don't always like to only have profanity. So Judd was like, you should write a list of jokes that are like dirty jokes, like and a list of clean jokes. And it was hard to write the clean jokes. And I honestly think I was sitting on my couch writing the jokes, and you came on television and I saw you, and it was Kelly Clarkson.
I love it. Yo, that movie's so funny.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Louisa. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Under a little bit of stress, huh?
I would say so.
Yeah, why is that?
So I've been trying to divorce my ex now for 6 years.
What?
Yeah, you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. You've been working on this, like you just said, for 6 years. Your ex lives in Dubai with his girlfriend. You said that you are taking care of your 2 kids back here at home. There's just one excuse after another, and he doesn't send any of the required documents back.
Have you not talked to a lawyer?
Correct. I do. I have a lawyer now.
Okay.
So I had given up asking for financials. So what we finally decided is that I just told him, tell me whatever you think is fair to give me to help support the kids. So we wrote everything down. The lawyer drafted it up, and he said no. After he first agreed to everything, he decided no. He hasn't had an income supposedly for 3 years now. So that's his new story.
So what's he doing out in Dubai?
Living the good life, on his apartment on the beach with his Porsche, but he has no income. And the problem is he's a part owner of a business, so he doesn't really declare income there, right? They're tax-free.
Okay. So do you want money from him, or do you want to divorce him?
Well, I think that because I have the kids, he should help support the kids. So I just want some sort of, assistance.
Because if you were, because if you just wanted to divorce him, that's what I thought you were getting at the beginning of this. Because if you just wanted to divorce him, you can go to a judge and petition a judge. It would be the same as if somebody couldn't locate their spouse, right? Where you file the paperwork and I believe you then have to prove that you did what you could to try and locate them, and then the same thing works if one person files and the other person doesn't, and then they don't sign off on it and your filing runs out. I don't know what the period of time is in between.
The judge won't issue a divorce if there's dependents, if there's no determination of whether there's any financial support. So all he has to do is provide his financial information, and then they plug it into, it's online. They'll plug it into what the support would be on a monthly basis, and then you're done.
Does he not want a relationship with your kids whatsoever? Is he in contact with them, or he just wants nothing to do with this life?
He hasn't talked to my daughter in about a year, so I'm not sure he really does want too much of a relationship. But I think that's a side because, at this point, he can reach out to them. They have phones. It's not as if they're, 2, 3 years old.
So what advice are you getting from your lawyer at this point?
Well, he's finally been served the documents because, Dubai, they're not under this Hague Convention of Service. So finally, he was served, but she just is plugging along. I don't really know what else to do because he's not very forthcoming with his financials.
I don't know what your options are in that situation, to be honest with you.
I think you got to take the lead from your lawyer. If your lawyer has knowledge of international law when it comes to this kind of stuff, right?
Right. So how are you going to fix my life?
I mean, this is not a situation that is fixable. There's not one answer to this. It's not like we're holding on to a secret or somebody else has the code on what it take to get this settled. Now, have you thought about what? Let's just flip it here for one quick second, right? And I'm not saying to do this, but when you think about this, what does the outcome look like to you? And that is just completely cutting him out of your life altogether and trying to make the best of it with just you and the kids. Can you survive?
Can I survive?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm doing my best. What we're all doing during COVID, right? I'm working as best I can.
I don't know. I don't even know if you can sue somebody if they're in Dubai. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know
That's
what
what I'm
those.
saying. You need
I don't know what that even looks like or how you can have that conversation.
Somebody who knows that international law, who knows how to deal with something like this, where someone's in a completely other country where the laws are way different from what they are here.
Believe me, nobody in Dubai is going to go to your ex-husband and say, we need to see your financials so we
Yeah.
can settle up with your wife back in Canada. Like, that's never going to happen.
I think the only thing is that he has his pride right now.
And a Porsche.
And a Porsche,
Right.
which is a really, really nice car. Yeah.
Yeah.
And an apartment on the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah. And a girl and a girlfriend, right?
And well, she's not the prize.
Oh,
you go, Louisa.
Louisa, your situation is one of the most unique we've had on this show, and I wish that we could, say something that, God, even to just help build, confidence or something like that. But there is, I don't know what to say because this is 100% a very, very difficult and complicated problem for experts and lawyers. Yeah.
Okay.
Like what were you hoping we would say? What were you hoping we would say?
I don't know. I guess a little encouragement sometimes.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are 100% going to be okay. Okay? You are, whether you know it or not, you're built for this. And your kids already know that. And his reluctance to be in your life has left you in a position that a lot of people have been in before, which is you got to gather everything up and you got to carry your team. And that is what you are going to do.
And you've been doing already.
You've been doing it. And on the days when you feel like you got nothing left in you, you are going to find it. And you're going to do it again that day. And then the next and the next and the next, because that is what you do.
Thanks. Sorry, that got me.
No. If this is what you needed, then, we are happy to give you that because you mean more to us than you know.
That is so sweet. Thank you.
Okay?
You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
We know it, Louisa. You're going to kill it. You've been killing it already without this loser in your life.
Thank you.
All right? You can just keep doing what you do. Keep that head up.
I will.
Okay.
All right, Louisa. You take care. Love you lots.
You too. Thanks.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Hello?
Brian.
Hey.
It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how are you?
Happy belated birthday.
Thanks, man.
We got a really long email.
Okay.
From your brother Riley.
Oh, wow.
Because yesterday's your birthday, but you had spent the weekend in the hospital.
I did, yeah.
Riley said, my older brother has broken his elbow while we were hanging out on Saturday. And he was just released from the hospital.
Yep. Yeah, that's sadly correct.
So give us because instead of reading this full email, can you just explain to everyone exactly what went down?
Yeah. So I'm a pretty good athlete, I'd like to think. And we just went out rollerblading, and I've been playing hockey my whole entire life. And we were just chasing after a ball, and I was just going way too fast, and I took a hard turn, and legs got kicked out from underneath me, and kind of ass over kettle.
How old did you turn?
34.
Too old for rollerblades, man.
So
I think a lot of life lessons from you, Roz.
Yeah, too old for rollerblades.
Riley said that because of your broken elbow, you needed 4.5 hours worth of surgery.
Yeah, it was like 4.5, 5 hours worth of surgery.
And you were in a field hospital for 26 hours without your family, without any of your friends.
That's correct. But I try to make a joke out of it too. It was my funny bone, so it was kind of like, now I'm half as funny as people.
But the one thing Riley said is that the Roz and Mocha Show kept you company during your alone time in the hospital because you were just like nonstop listening to the podcast.
I did, yeah. That was the only thing that was really kind of keeping me going. I had my wife packed my phone, my charger, my headphones, and literally the only thing I was listening to. I've listened to the whole podcast, like every episode of the podcast. And I listened to it probably 2 times over, but that was literally the only thing that was keeping me going.
That's a lot of listening, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it was. I was going up throughout the whole night listening to it.
Jeez.
Awesome.
You got nothing else to do out there, right?
I had nothing else to do.
We should put that on the poster. Roz and Mocha, when there's nothing else to do.
I'll listen to the show. We're happy that you're okay. Happy belated birthday. You sound like you're in great spirits, but I do know that Riley felt like super, super bad that that you had to spend your special day, your birthday, in the hospital.
No, he was he's a good brother. He's one of the best guys I get to hang out with on a daily basis. I mean, I can't believe he did that. That's kind of cool that he sent you guys an email.
No, man, you're all good.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for your dedication, Brian. You know we love you, bro.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys, too.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There is an anniversary to celebrate today that I'm very excited about, and I hope other people are.
Is it wrestling?
Just as excited. It is not wrestling.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with wrestling
Usually you
whatsoever.
troll me hard with some sort of anniversary, making me think like I'm a bad person and I've missed something.
No,
and then it turns out to be some sort of wrestling anniversary.
No, it's not wrestling and it's not The Office.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know what it could be then. Golden
It is
Girls.
not
Maury
Golden
says.
Girls.
No, it is not.
It is the movie Bridesmaids because today, believe it or not, is the 10-year anniversary since its release.
Help me, I'm poor. That's a classic joint, man. I love that movie.
$288 million worldwide is what it made, starring Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, Melissa McCarthy, Rose Byrne, Ellie Kemper.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this, that it was nominated for 2 Academy Awards. I had no idea.
But which categories, though?
Melissa McCarthy for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, okay.
And Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah. Screenplay, I fully understand, because it was a brilliant screenplay.
And it didn't win anything at the Academy Awards, but it won Critics' Choice Awards. It won an MTV Movie Award and a People's Choice Award as well for Best Comedy. And I'm glad you brought up the but I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor.
Because so there's 2 scenes that really stick out for me when you're talking about Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
It's obviously the plane scene.
Yeah.
And then the best friend speech scene.
Right.
It may not trigger anything in your mind right now, but I'm going to play both. I'm going to play both for you just so we can relive and re-enjoy on the 10th anniversary of the release of Bridesmaids.
I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party with the best of them. And I'm gonna go down to the river.
Wow, it looks like somebody's really relaxing now.
Yeah, wow. What are you guys talking about up here?
We are,
We're going to a restaurant tonight. I know the owner, so it's just
You
having...
do? Oh, Helen is the owner.
Bro, it's so funny.
You're
man.
wasted.
That
and
movie's so great.
I can't remember what pill it was she was given that Rose Byrne gave to Kristen Wiig, but that scene right there.
Yeah.
And then when they're going back and forth at the engagement party, where Rose Byrne is trying to wrap everything up.
Yes.
She's the new best friend.
Yes.
She's wrapping everything up. And Kristen Wiig still wants more time because she's the original best friend to Maya Rudolph's character.
Well, that concludes the speeches for the night.
Thank you. One last thing. It's rare to meet someone as an adult who you really connect with, and that's you, Lil. I went to Thailand recently with my husband, Perry, and there's a beautiful saying that I learned there. Kun, ben song nong kong chan, sung chan, jakat madai, my ben chennan. It means you are a part of me, a part that I could never live without, and I hope and I pray that I never have to. Kap kun ka. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for coming.
Really quick.
Thank you all for coming.
I just wanted to say really
Dessert
quick.
wine is out. Consuelo?
Really quick. Speaking of Consuelo, Lillian and I took Spanish together in school. And so I would just like to say to you and to everyone here, gracias para vivir en la casa, en las escuelas, en El azul marcada tienes con vivir en las fortalezas. And gracias.
She's the best. Rose Byrne is so good, man.
Oh,
Rose
she's
Byrne is
great.
so good.
Rose Byrne is one of my favorites. Her and
Bro,
Leslie Mann are
she's never done
two of my favorites.
Never done anything bad. Rose Byrne and Get Him to the Greek is just a work of art.
Oh,
like she's an absolute work of art.
And that's
in
another
that
classic,
movie.
too.
Yeah. So what anniversary is it of Bridesmaid? 10
years ago today, Bridesmaids was released.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Let me read you this recap here of Machine Gun Kelly on The Ellen Show.
Okay.
And then you tell me where you want to start. Machine Gun Kelly explained how he wanted to visit his girlfriend Megan Fox on a film set in Bulgaria, but since he didn't have a passport, Senator Bernie Sanders helped him get one. He also shared why he has a necklace with some of Megan's blood in it and why he thinks their homes are haunted.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Hold on. Haunted?
Okay.
And then...
Yeah, there's a lot.
Blood necklace?
There's a lot going on in the Machine Gun Kelly interview on Ellen. You want to start with the haunted house blood necklace?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You posted a picture of you had like a little necklace on with some of Megan's blood in it, right? Yeah. And was that your idea, or did she fall down and hurt herself and you had a little thing and you said, let me just, what happened?
Well, she was actually going out of town to film a movie, and this was really new in our relationship. I was, like, I didn't have a passport either, so she was going out to Bulgaria, and so I was kind of freaking out, like, oh, you're gonna leave, and I can't even come see you or whatever. And yeah, I mean, some people give like a handkerchief to their partner or whatever. She gave me her DNA. That was cool. Actually, I brought it with me.
You still have it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's right
All
here.
right. So, did you ever get a passport? Yeah, I do. I see it. It's beautiful.
I did. You know who helped me get a passport? Bernie Sanders.
That's so wild. I can't believe that happened.
Thank you so much. I haven't even talked to him since this happened. Thank you to the Bernie Sanders team for that. I made it to Bulgaria and the relationship's going strong. So thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
No explanation. Just thank you, Bernie Sanders.
Wasn't there somebody else? Who else had a vial of blood?
Oh, Angelina Jolie when she was with Billy Bob Thornton.
Did he have the blood or she did?
I think they both did.
Each other.
Did they not? Yeah.
Was it, now I didn't see this Machine Gun Kelly one. Is it a lot of blood?
No,
is it
it's
a big
never.
necklace?
It's never a lot of blood. It's not like a test tube where you can like slosh it around.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's
a tiny little bit.
It's a tiny little bit. So here's.
You know what though?
Yeah.
I will say about that.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Really? I
Yeah.
would never.
No?
No. It was then when Angelina Jolie did it, and it is now when Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox did it. It is the most try-hard thing I
don't mind it.
Listen, I don't mind you doing it, but when somebody publicly states, I love her so much, I wear her no. Hard no. No.
If
Anyway.
you gave me something with your blood in it, I'd wear it.
Like a tissue?
No, not a tissue.
You put in your pocket, like a pocket square, like when you wear a suit?
Like an earring?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Like a
I would
little-
never give you an earring full of my blood. It would always be something like the underside of a Band-Aid.
Oh.
Yeah. Right? No?
No, pass. Okay, I want to hear about ghosts now.
Yeah.
So what, Machine Gun Kelly thinks his house is
All
haunted
the
or
houses
something?
are haunted.
Oh.
You have 2 houses that are haunted.
Unfortunately, yes. You'll go there. I'll be in her bed with her, and the bedroom door will just be like.
Yeah, right. Air conditioning.
But no one's there, and also it's like wind doesn't like go through 8 hallways to then make it to the master bedroom door to just flip it open. So that was when I started being like, oh, this is disturbing, minus the part that also early on in our relationship, she had moved into that house and like that, the outside doors were doing that. And I had a weapon to make sure that everyone was safe. And so I went through the house with the weapon.
To shoot a ghost?
And then we realized.
True.
And then, but my house, everyone that comes to my house and stays like, past 7 p.m., they're always like, yeah, there's definitely something in your kitchen. And then I realized those ghosts are just like, I think they're just like high ghosts. Like they're just always making ghost snacks or like washing ghost dishes. Like if they're only doing pantry or refrigerator things. Like, so
Okay.
sometimes I'll let off like a thank you. Like,
Come on, he thinks he's got kitchen ghosts?
Bro, I can't even.
Also, the beginning of that clip where he's talking about the hallways and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's you just trying to flex on how
Thank
big your
you.
house is.
Right, 18 hallways. When
Yeah.
doesn't come up 18 hallways to the master suite? Shut up with your blood around your neck.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I want to talk real quick about energy, your energy throughout the day. And
Mine.
Not just yours, in general. And lack of throughout the day. A new survey of 2,000 people found that we have at least 2 times every single day where we need an energy boost. 2 times in the day. You want to take a guess at what those 2 times are?
Let me ask you a question, though. Is when you say an energy boost, are we talking about like we just feel the need, or are we talking about that we do something? And if we do something, is that like a coffee, or does a nap count? Because oftentimes a nap will count as an energy boost.
I'm glad you asked, because there are things that this survey has found. There are things that people do to give them that energy boost.
Okay.
Right? But to go back real quick, there are 2 times that they've found in a day where
that we need
people
an energy
feel
boost.
that they need an energy boost.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say one of them is definitely 2:30 p.m.
Okay. Second one is?
The second one is it's either evening or earlier in the morning. So I'm going to say 10 a.m.
11:49 a.m.
Yeah.
and 3:49 p.m.
I was a little off, but I was in the right world. A little off.
This is kind of close to when I need my energy boost.
Yeah.
Mine are about 11 a.m.
But you shouldn't be in there
at 3
because
p.m.
you wake up at hours when regular people don't wake up.
I know, but here's the thing. Throughout the show, when we're here,
Yeah.
I'm keeping my energy up by constantly eating. I'm eating in here once an hour.
But you should be way off on this though, because what time do you wake up in the morning?
2:45.
Okay, this is presuming that people wake up like say what between 6 and 7, 6 and
Sure,
6 and
yeah.
6:30, right?
Don't know why, but sometimes.
So if you went by this, do
Yeah.
the math on that. So if you woke up say 7, what's the first number on there?
11:49.
So 4.5 hours later,
Yeah.
say. So you wake up at what time?
2:45. So it's 6:45.
So it's 6:45 is when you should be needing your first energy boost.
Right.
And then again at
But I eat, like, I have something to eat
10.
at like roughly around now, and then I'll eat again in an hour. Right. But here are some of the things this survey based from 2,000 people. The most common things that people do to give themselves an energy boost. You mentioned coffee earlier. That's number 1 on the list. Of course, right? Go for a walk.
What?
Yep. Drink some waters at number 3.
Water.
Eat a
Oh.
chocolate bars at number 4. Listen
Here come
to
the
music.
water people. Please.
Yo, if you diss in water, you don't have enough water in your life.
Here come the water people.
Number 5 on the list is listen to music.
Listen to music.
Yep, for an energy boost. Number 6 is open a window for fresh air. Number 7 on the list is put the window down in a moving car, which sometimes if I'm driving home.
Like you're past the point then when you need that fresh air to keep you awake.
Oh, that's me some days.
It's not good.
When I'm driving home,
Yeah?
some days that's me. And so there's 2 things on this list. When I'm driving, there's 2
Yeah.
things on this list that I do.
Yeah.
So number 7 is put the window down during in a moving car. And then somewhere later down on the list, number 17 is slap their face.
You slap your face?
Sometimes, yeah.
Excuse me.
To
no,
keep
you
myself
don't.
awake, yeah.
No, you don't.
Absolutely, because I'm so tired.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Why don't you pull a nose hair or something?
I can't do that.
Why?
I'd rather slap myself in the face.
Really? I'd rather pull a nose hair.
Other things on this list that people do to keep their energy up: eat sweets, drink an energy drink, eat an energy bar, take a vitamin supplement, go for a run, go for a bike ride, jump up and down, chew gum, sing. I mentioned slap themselves in the face.
Sing?
Yeah. Do star jumps.
Oh.
Pinch themselves or scream and shout.
Pinch themselves.
Yeah, as an energy boost.
No, that is not an energy boost. That does nothing for you.
So what? Just pull nose hairs.
Pinchers. I would say I would start with pulling nose hairs.
Okay.
I'd have a cup of coffee and pull a couple nose hairs and then reevaluate.
And then you're good.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So Billie Eilish is doing the rounds talking about her blonde hair.
Oh, yeah?
So there's two clips. One, let's start with her talking to Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay.
And this is where Billie claims that she got the inspiration to go blonde.
Okay.
And it wasn't any of these sort of former, blonde bombshells throughout showbiz history. It wasn't anything like that.
Is it more simple or more complicated?
It was
you think?
far more simple. And I think that the person who is the actual inspiration for Billie Eilish going blonde probably has no idea that they're the inspiration for Billie Eilish going blonde. Listen to this.
Billy, I love your new look. What made you go? I mean, you always change your hair, but why did you decide to go blonde?
I've been wanting it blonde for a while. I don't know what came over me. I saw a fan edit when I had green hair, and it was like me just with whatever hair color I had, and they just edited blonde hair on me, and I was like, it's so sick, I want it. So I kind of thought of it as a dream. I didn't think it was gonna happen because my hair's been through so much. I thought I would burn it all off if I tried, but I did it.
Wow.
So it was it was like a fan Photoshop picture.
That's crazy.
That she's saw online. And then, but the problem with going blonde, have you ever dyed your hair blonde?
Yes.
Okay, the problem with going blonde, like actual blonde, is it's a very long process.
Well, I mean, I had to bleach because I was going through a phase where I would color my hair all the time.
Right.
So I don't know. I had to bleach
You
it.
just strip the color out.
So I stripped the color.
Yeah.
But that's not technically going
In
blonde.
order to do that when you have long hair, right, it's a very long process.
To go blonde.
To go blonde.
Okay.
And oftentimes when you're in the middle of that process, your hair looks like garbage.
Yeah.
But Billie Eilish is super famous, so she still had to do her regular Billie Eilish things, like go on Stephen Colbert during the process. So listen to this.
When you were last here on the show, were you, in fact, wearing a Billie Eilish wig?
Steve, I was just as blonde then as I am now. I was wearing a Billie Eilish wig. I was.
So what do? Do you have to go to a wig maker and say, make me a wig that looks like me because I don't want anybody to know that I don't look like that anymore? How did that go down?
So from black to blonde, big thing, and to do it right and to do it where, you're not murdering your hair and keeping it healthy. I did the first process and then waited 2 weeks so that it could kind of heal, and then again, and then waited 2 weeks and then waited a week and blah, blah, blah. So I just knew that it would have these processing periods where it would look insane, and I didn't want to look insane. So but I needed something quick, so I literally ordered a Billie Eilish Halloween costume wig on Amazon.
On Amazon.
No.
Was it sort of plasticky, kind of?
Yeah. It was awful. It was the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
So the amount of contacts Billie Eilish has, she
Yes.
couldn't ask someone to make her a wig. She had to go on Amazon.
She went on Amazon
to buy a Billie Eilish
costume. Yes. Yes. She went on Stephen Colbert wearing a Billie Eilish costume wig that she bought on Amazon.
Do you guys remember that clip from TikTok or Instagram that she did where people were wondering whether or not she was wearing a wig because she pulled the green just off the scalp just a little bit? Do you remember that?
No.
She pulled it off just a little bit. She wiggled it back and forth, and then she started laughing and put her hands over her mouth. Don't you guys remember that? It was in and around the time that she revealed the blonde hair look, and everyone was like, wait a minute, is that her real hair, or is the green hair her real hair? Right? And then she did that video, and people were like, wait a minute, so the green hair has been a wig all along? But maybe that was the Billie Eilish costume wig that she bought off of Amazon.
So I'm looking at the picture. I think it's this appearance, and Billie Eilish had I think it's the one where she had the wig on, but also a hat.
Oh,
right?
Really conspicuous.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
So talk to me about your Raptors.
No.
Why?
Why should I?
For God's sake.
I see. Look at Shem shaking his head, and Shem's rocking the Raptors jersey.
I know. I noticed that. That's why I wanted to bring this up, man.
So Raptors, for the first time since 2013, are not making it to the postseason.
It's a long time.
But I think we all kind of knew or anticipated that this was going to happen since like long ago.
Yeah.
The Raptors are definitely not the team that.
Can you put your finger on one thing? That was the question I had coming in this morning.
Yes, absolutely.
Shem.
The Raptors are the only team in the entire NBA to not play a single home game.
That doesn't matter.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Absolutely, it matters.
No.
I disagree.
It shouldn't.
No, but it does.
It shouldn't.
But why not though?
Because what makes it
comfort?
No,
these
no,
guys.
no.
There are a lot of athletes who play differently.
Home's where your hat is.
What?
I could see if all these people grew up in Toronto and all their moms were here and they were away from. No.
I totally disagree.
No.
Well, what do you think went wrong?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. But I know that's to me, that sounds like I'm not saying it wasn't a factor.
Sure.
But at some point, professionalism will always reign. Okay? Talent will always reign. When you have people who are elite, you can take somebody who is elite and put them in any environment and they will rise to the top.
For an entire season?
Yes.
I disagree.
100%. Why does somebody, okay, explain to me this then.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody is a superstar, okay, and they play 5 years on one team,
okay,
then they get traded.
Yep.
They go to another team. They're just as good the next season.
Sure, in a lot of cases.
Okay.
Right. But again, that's one player. You're talking about an entire team that has been removed from where they normally are.
So less changed because you still have your crew. You still have your people. Everything's the same. You're just playing on a different floor. That's like saying that there is an unbelievable disadvantage and why you would consistently excuse losses on road games.
No, that's so here's where I disagree. You can anticipate as a team road games, right?
Sure.
You can anticipate that. You know that a portion of your season, half your season, is going to be on the road.
Right.
You know that. Sure, they went in knowing that they weren't going to be playing at the Scotiabank Arena, but you don't know what that's going to do to you on a mental standpoint,
right,
and from a physical standpoint in a lot of ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these guys are used to shooting on the Scotiabank rims. They're used to going through a certain routine being at Scotiabank Theater,
but you don't.
Scotiabank Arena. Sorry,
But they're not though. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, last year was bubble. I think
last year was bubble. Did they make the playoffs?
Last year?
Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
but they were like outed almost
Sure, that's fine.
immediately. I think part of the problem or part of the reason why the team crumbled this year is because of the amount of injuries they had throughout the entire team. And then don't forget when their coaching staff and the players, and they went a long time back in February, I think it was,
Sure.
without saying that anyone, they just said, they didn't say specifically who on the team. And I think even now we only found out once they did start talking about it, was only Van Vliet. But no, we didn't hear of any other. We knew it was coaching staff, but they never said specifically. And we knew there were some players, but we didn't know specifically. It was only Van Vliet. So I think that had a lot to do with trying to build back the team, build back their health and their strength, right?
Yeah, I would say health has been such a determining factor this year, especially because, again, we don't know. Presumably, a lot of these guys had COVID, right?
Yeah.
And now they've got to come back and play at a very elite level off COVID. That's not easy, right? But I really do believe that those guys get into a routine, and when that routine is disrupted for an entire season, it messes up. And listen, the Raptors have some of the best fans in the entire NBA. Not having that support, having fake Florida fans or Tampa fans, it's not a suitable replacement for what the Toronto fans can do for those players.
Is it just could it just be that they're not that good?
They're not as good as they were 2 years ago when they won it all. Of course not.
Right.
No. And but also,
Are they good? Are they? I give you that the Raptors have unbelievable talent, but what I see, and believe me, this is coming from a long-time Leafs fan, okay? And that is what I noticed this season about the Raptors, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, which is what I've seen on teams my entire life, which is you can have incredible players, but that doesn't make you a good team.
No, actually, it's the opposite. The Raptors are a fantastic team. They just don't have the individual superstars.
There we go.
That will help you take you over the top. And in the NBA especially, it's a league run on superstars.
And this is a conversation that we've had before, which is can you win the NBA championship without a superstar on your team?
No, I think in terms of the Raptors, I think you need a superstar on that.
You need a superstar.
Yeah, look what Brooklyn
Okay,
during the
so
season,
let me go back to my original question, which is what happened What happened is the Raptors don't have a superstar.
Yeah, he's playing for the Clippers now.
Oh, ouch.
Okay?
Damn.
He's playing for the Clippers now. That's what happened to the Raptors.
Well, again, it depends on how you're measuring
It's
the
not
success.
Florida. Okay? It's
didn't
not
have
Florida.
us.
It's not Florida.
They didn't have Bay.
It's not Bubble. It's not Bay. It's not fans.
It's us.
They don't know it's
They
not.
miss- they
no,
miss
it's,
us.
No, not as much as they miss Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, don't mention him.
Ouch.
Don't mention the X.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Jay. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, Roz and Mocha.
What's going on today? What's on your mind?
Well, I'm having a really hard time getting over the passing of my dad.
Euro says, Roz and Mocha fixed my life. My dad just passed away after a long battle with terminal cancer, and I'm having a hard time adjusting, as you just said. My younger brother, who was about to get married in July, wasn't much help when my dad was sick, but promised that he would be around to help take care of my mom. For the time being, he is super supportive, but I feel that this will fade over time. I'm feeling super overwhelmed, and I don't know how to not deal with my emotions in the aftermath of my dad's death, but also to try and keep my family together. That is a lot.
Wow. First of all, sorry to hear about your dad.
Thank you.
How are you feeling now?
Well, it's only been 2 weeks, so it's still very soon. So, like, my emotions are just all over the place, right? And I haven't really been very good in my emotions. Like, I have a very scattered brain. So it's all just a lot.
How's your mom?
She's trying to keep it together, but like there's things all over the house, right, that remind us of him.
Yeah, of course.
So.
I would say that even having this conversation of how to get over something when your dad died 2 weeks ago is even just a little premature. Because when somebody dies, you're doing it right. Like all the things are happening that are normal. Like when somebody dies, you don't go through like one emotion. You go through all of them. Like when my dad died, I would go through moments of just like crushing tears, but then you would laugh and then you would feel bad for laughing, or you would see something that sort of reminded you of something that wasn't sad, and then you would feel guilty for a brief moment of not being sad because you think that that's the way you're supposed to feel. Like it's all over the map, right? Like it's just, you're going through everything right now. I'll say this to you, and take it for whatever it is, but it's the one thing that I wish that somebody had told me after my dad died, which is it never gets better, but it does get easier. Because I was expecting things to get better, and they don't. Everything will always be damaged, but it gets easier. And when things start to get easier is when you tend to come down on yourself. You're going to be going to bed one night and you're going to realize, I didn't think of my dad today. I had so much other stuff going on in my life and with work and with friends, and I didn't think of my dad today. And when you go to bed that first night and you realize that you went an entire day without thinking about him, you're going to be really pissed at yourself because you're going to think that you're forgetting him, or you're going to think that it matters less, and it doesn't. It's just part of the process. But you are still very, very early on in this, and trying to figure out how you are expected to hold your family together is not something that is the priority right now.
So the other part of your note to us, Jay, is talking about your brother, your younger brother.
Yeah.
Have you had much communication with him throughout all of this? Like, does he know how you're feeling? Do you know how he's feeling? Have you talked about how it's only been 2 weeks, like you said, since your dad passed, but like, have you and your brother talked about like how you're going to be able to help support your mom and support each other?
We did talk it out, and he's making all these promises, and we've just, in the past with him, he's always said, yep, I'm going to be there. Don't worry about it. Leave it to me. Don't worry, Mom. But then he flakes out, right? So I guess all of that, all those insecurities are just tenfold right now. Like my mind is freaking out, I guess.
How old's your brother?
He's 24.
You guys how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, you're 24 and 26. You are very, very young to have lost your dad. And your brother right now is 24 years old. He's about to get married. He doesn't have any kids yet, does he?
No.
Okay, so your brother's now going into manhood. building a life on his own, to try and build a family, knowing that he will never be able to turn to your dad for advice on anything. That's gone now. It's gone. And you have to let him deal with that. This is not something where your dad dies and you guys each get to kick each other's ass because you're not stepping up. You need to just be there for each other. And closeness and communication and all that stuff. Don't even begin to have these conversations about duties.
Well, what I was going to suggest, Jay, is that maybe you should have a conversation with your brother one-on-one because he's going through his own emotions right now as well. So even if the two of you talk about how you're feeling and how you could support each other, like minus all the, I guess, the official stuff that you as a family have to deal with, maybe it's worth having a conversation where it's just you and your brother just talking things through.
I would love that. Because I'm very awkward with like the serious talks. Like I don't know where to begin, right? Like what do I say to him? Because obviously our experiences with this are completely different.
I think that you're thinking that you're the one that this is all falling on, and in a way that is right. But you can't be that person right now. Like it's too much. You are going to get so involved in other things that you're not actually going to allow yourself to grieve. And this is all going to come back in years from now. And it's going to be devastating then, as devastating as it is now.
Yeah, and that's what actually my mom has been telling me, the same thing, that I just kind of got to let it go. But I don't know, like I can't seem to let it go. Like every little thing, right, it's just eating away, I guess.
Because you're going through it right now. You're going through all the emotion.
Yeah.
It could be something as simple as picking up the phone, calling your brother, and just saying, "Hey, man, how you doing? How are you feeling?"
Yeah.
Or don't, or go through it alone. And that's pretty much what I did when my dad died.
Mm-hmm.
Is I went at it alone. I didn't even really go at it. But it's not an easy place, and I think that you're putting too much on yourself, and I think that you need to cut yourself some slack. And for all the little things around the house that remind you of your dad, don't look at those as some sort of trigger to ruin a day. Look at those little moments as something that is one brief second of celebration, and be happy when you see those things.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. Yeah.
So you got a couple of options there, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
Okay. Thank you. Well, you've said it, so I know I will be.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right. You take care, Jay.
Yeah, you guys too. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
I know we always get the Florida man stories. A Florida man was arrested for. But today, I have for you a story of a woman in Florida.
Excuse me.
Who was arrested. And it was all for the clout. All for the clout. All for the likes. All for the followers on social. So I'm going to play this news clip for you. You're going to hear three voices. You're going to hear the reporter. Then you are going to hear her court appearance. You're going to hear the state attorney. You're also going to hear a voice of the judge. And then at the end, you kind of hear her voice a bit, okay? But listen to this.
Judging by her mugshot, she thinks it's funny. Police say 28-year-old Audrey Francis Kinney was so desperate to be followed and liked, she was willing to risk getting arrested. They say she trespassed into American Senior High School in Hialeah Monday.
She pretends to be a student, is walking around this high school, handing out pre-printed pamphlets with her social media Instagram name on it.
She's trying to get people to follow her on Instagram. Your Honor, do me a favor. Don't talk about the charges.
Nodding her head, appearing to agree as she hears the state make the case against her.
Ma'am, stop doing that. She's a 28-year-old woman who's an
Whatever,
attorney.
Your Honor. Whatever you say, I will respect you. Thank you.
Yeah. Stupid.
Trespass at high school.
I know. It's weird. It's weird.
Didn't stop when security asked her to stop or even question her. And then when the cops showed up, she dipped.
Yeah. I don't know. That story's so dumb. Like, I can't. This is one of those weird stories where I can't believe that it became a headline.
Yeah. But could you
like
imagine?
It was just somebody who's 28 who I guess just went into a high school. She grabbed a backpack and a skateboard. What's up, fellow kids?
Where's that from again? That's Steve Buscemi from it's like SNL, right?
Something like that. What's up, fellow? What's up, fellow kids?
Yeah. Or it was like a Jimmy Fallon skit, I think, right?
Something like that, right? Like to me, the only reason why, what is it?
30 Rock.
What is it? 30 Rock. 30 Rock?
30 Rock.
Thank you. The only reason why that story, to me is even relevant in any way is because it just conjures up that one meme and for no other reason. So she was going through a high school just handing out pamphlets because she wanted people to just dial up her Instagram handle and hit follow.
But like when you're in high school,
and then
right?
you get arrested for trespassing because you can't
Did she think that it was going to work? She obviously thought that it was going to work. I don't know what American high schools are like, but like when I went to high school, I pretty much knew the faces, even if I didn't know them by name. I pretty much knew the faces of almost every single person in that school.
Well, because I think that here's the problem. I think that the actual hustle is missed on this story and this headline because I don't think that she went to the high school to try and get Instagram followers. I think that the intent was to get busted in a high school to go viral to get Instagram followers.
Gotcha.
Right? Like,
yeah, maybe she's filming it for a video.
Yeah,
like
this
Instagram,
right here is the end game.
Yeah.
It's not that a couple hundred kids in a high school in Florida that we've never heard of started following her on Instagram. It's that she went viral for being a 28-year-old that walked into a high school handing out pamphlets.
I wonder what her line
She probably
was,
looked like the cast of 90210 from back in the day because weren't they all 30?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Totally. Hello, fellow students.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So the question is now, is Harry Styles losing his accent? Because a lot of people are freaking out over this. So the other night he was at the Brit Awards and he went up on stage and did a speech. But I want to play you a couple of quick examples first of the way that Harry used to talk. Some of these examples are, he's very young, so his voice hasn't even like really changed yet and stuff like that. But you can very much hear the accent. So you have 3 examples there. Just cycle through any one of them that you would like.
I'm Harry, and I'm going to be answering some of your questions from Twitter. The first question is from Rachel Askin, and she wants me to describe my dream girl.
Okay, next example.
Okay,
next example.
My travel tip is, if you can, don't carry on a bag. If you're traveling in a big group and there's people checking in bags, then don't carry on a bag.
Yeah, very heavy accent right there. And another one.
I mean, if I'm honest now, I would have been happy doing like some sort of green screen thing.
So he's talking about the
when they
video.
told me I was going to do it, the first kind of emails about it, the idea when they sent it to me, they were like, you'll only have to hang like 20 feet.
Okay, so you got you got a good example of the way Harry through the years, right? Accent, clearly. So this is Harry at the Brit Awards.
Thank you so much.
Whoa! Yo!
Right.
Hold on. That accent's gone.
Yeah.
Just that first 1.94 seconds.
Okay. He sounds exactly like somebody, and you're gonna start killing yourself because you won't be able to figure out who it is. And then at the end of it, I know exactly who he sounds like.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I just continue to be baffled by moments like this, and they make me more and more incredibly grateful to be able to get to do this.
Hold on, let me hear it again.
Thank you so much. I just continue to be baffled by moments like this, and they make me more and more incredibly grateful to be able to get to do this.
I have 2 people in mind.
Okay.
Brad Pitt and Joaquin Phoenix.
No and no.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let me hear it.
Thank you so much. I just continue to be baffled by moments like this, and they make me more and more incredibly grateful to be able to get to do this.
Chris Hemsworth.
No.
Thor.
No, it's somebody who has that perfect combination of like Los Angeles plus London and faking accents for years.
Okay, let me hear one more time.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I just continue to be baffled by moments like this, and they make me more and more incredibly grateful to be able to get to do this.
He sounds just like Johnny Depp.
That's it.
Play the rest of the clip.
Yes.
He sounds just like Johnny Depp.
Thank you so much. I just continue to be baffled by moments like this, and they make me more and more incredibly grateful to be able to get to do this job every day. And
I'm really happy to be here and proud to be celebrating British music tonight. I want to thank my fans for being so generous to me, always, and everyone in my life who has my back. Thank you so much. I love you. And all of you around there, thank you so much for everything you did for this country. In the last year, we love you so much, and this one's for you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Have a good night.
That is exactly Johnny Depp. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That's exactly Johnny Depp. Wow. He sounds just like Johnny Depp.
Why didn't I think of Johnny Depp before? Wow.
Yeah.
Harry Styles losing that accent.
I know, right?
And people are freaking out.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha!
Yeah!
Are you ready, man?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Tom Cruise doing an interview with Empire Magazine talking about that on-set blowout that he had. Remember when he was going off on people for COVID protocols on set when he found two people standing too close together, or maybe one of them wasn't wearing their mask properly?
Wearing masks, yeah.
So here's a refresher of that.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs. I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too. And you too. That's it.
That's it.
That's
no
it.
apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down.
It just goes on and on and on and on.
So Tom talking to Empire Magazine, he said, I can get fraught and personal. I said what I said. There was a surge happening in England also at that point, and there was a lot at stake at that point. But it wasn't my entire crew. I had the crew leave the set, and it was just select people. And the wonderful thing is that we never shut down again. And here we are.
I wonder why.
Continuing to film.
I wonder why.
I just want you to say, I know what you think you heard, everything else, but I just want you to know it worked, okay? Yeah. Right? It worked.
And it was only directed at the people who were causing the violations.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear about Seth Rogan trying to meet Beyonce at the Grammy Awards years ago?
Okay.
So Seth Rogen's got a brand new book out. I think it's called Yearbook. And he's doing a lot of promo for it, talking about all the wild stories. He's got a great story in there about meeting Tom Cruise. Hopefully we can get to that later. But this is Seth talking about how he almost met Beyonce.
Yeah, I was at the Grammys and I saw Beyonce with Gwyneth Paltrow, actually. And they were together. And I charged over, instinct took over. And I was like, I got to go say hi. And I was hit so hard by her security guard that I spilled a drink. I was drinking a screwdriver, which is a bad drink. I deserve what I got. But I spilled it all over myself. And then a second later, someone came up to me and was like, you now have to present a Grammy. And I was covered in a screwdriver and I was humiliated. And I didn't get to meet Beyonce. And so I did have to present a Grammy while literally like holding my arms in like a very weird position.
Oh, no. But you would figure that in an environment like the Grammys, that in the area that Beyonce is in, there would be other celebrities. So it wouldn't be uncommon for
you still cannot walk up to Beyonce, though,
to mingle and say hi to one another.
No, you still can't walk up to Beyonce, no matter who you are.
Like, you can't tell me prior to Gwyneth Paltrow walking up, let's say if the two of them, if it were Gwyneth Paltrow walking up.
Yeah.
She would have had to go through security as well?
It would be arranged.
It would be arranged. If they're friends?
100%. 100%. Somebody in Gwyneth's organization walks up and says, I got Gwyneth for Beyonce. And then they open the gates.
Like broken telephone?
Yes. And then Gwyneth can go into the circle and meet Beyonce.
What a different world.
100%. 100%.
Even in that atmosphere where everybody knows everybody.
Even as Seth Rogen, a presenter at the Grammy Awards, even in that room where it's only people who are at that level, you cannot walk up and talk to Beyonce. No chance.
Because she's the queen.
No chance.
Because you get checked.
Yes.
Oh, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Courtney Stodden Do you know who that is?
Who's that again?
She,
the name sounds
so
familiar.
10 years ago, Courtney Stodden was the 16-year-old who sort of like looked like Marilyn Monroe and Pam Anderson. And she married that 50-year-old guy named Doug Hutchison. And they had this relationship that everybody sort of paid attention to. And she got run through the ringer. And people accused her at 16 of having breast implants. And then I think she went on like either Dr. Oz or that show The Doctors. And they did like an ultrasound to figure out whether she had breast implants. Like, it was so wild. People just went in on this girl. And she did an interview talking about how Chrissy Teigen was vicious to her. And Chrissy Teigen, who we know, left Twitter recently temporarily because of bullying. And at that time, Courtney Stodden released a video talking about that it was ironic that Chrissy Teigen left for bullying because she had been the subject of Chrissy Teigen's bullying tactics herself. So this is Courtney Stodden from a little while ago.
Hypocrisy, Teigen. It was just so hypocritical of her. I think for me, like, because I experienced so much harassment and bullying from her when I was just 16 years old, just 17 years old, just 18 years old, at a time when I needed help, like I was being abused. She has sent me so many different tweets, private DMs, up to a couple years ago. It really affected me. And I think she's never given me a chance to forgive her. You have somebody like Chrissy Teigen bullying children.
And then,
is she still with her?
No.
Her husband?
They broke up, but they went back now and found a bunch of Chrissy Teigen's old tweets. So from 2012, Chrissy Teigen wrote at Courtney Stodden, "I hate you."
Wow.
Then she wrote, look at this one. It was at Courtney Stodden, "My Friday fantasy. You, period. Dirt nap, period. Baby."
Wow.
Right?
From Chrissy Teigen?
From Chrissy Teigen, yeah, because Chrissy Teigen was vicious to people.
So what they do, just go through Courtney Stodden's
No, this is on
tweets?
Chrissy Teigen's feed.
No, I know, but like if her feed is gone, like if she deleted Twitter.
No, she's back.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, Chrissy Teigen's
I
back.
don't even know.
In 2012, Chrissy Teigen wrote this at Courtney Stodden. "What drugs makes you do that with your mouth? Asking for a friend who really wants to know how to look like an idiot."
Whoa.
"Do you even have a family?" she wrote at another point. Yeah, like she was
really went in on this girl, huh?
And however, what Courtney Stodden was saying, that this is just what Chrissy Teigen said publicly, and that it was even more vile in the DMs, where she was just straight up telling her, apparently, to kill herself.
What's her problem with this girl?
Who knows? What's her problem with anything? This is,
Wow.
yeah, this is why a lot of people don't like Chrissy Teigen.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Caitlin Bristow got engaged. That's good news. Finally. So Jason Tartik is her now fiance, was boyfriend. He's a real cool guy. Caitlin Bristow, really awesome chick. This is the, I'll play a little bit of the proposal, like her reaction, just like screaming and swearing and stuff. And then we'll come back and I'll tell you how it all went down.
Oh my God! Are you? Laughing?
Aw.
Right?
So happy for her.
So
That's amazing.
I guess they do a podcast together, and they had set the whole thing up like they were going to do a podcast, and then they were supposed to have a guest.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the podcast. He had just set this whole moment up where there was no guest, and then wound up proposing like during it. So here is Jason and Caitlin talking to ET last night about how it all went down.
So the best part is she was supposed to bring out her guest. The one thing that I memorized was, Caitlin, there is no guest.
So he's like, Caitlin. And I was like, what? And then he was holding the microphone and he said, we're not doing a podcast. And I was like, you forgot to hit record, didn't you?
Oh, no.
And I saw him grab a ring box from the drawer and I was like, oh, this is happening right now. And I was so embarrassed because I was wearing a shirt that said tequila for breakfast. And I was like, this feels very on brand, but also very inappropriate.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I love that. I'm so happy for them. So happy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Seth Rogan doing a lot of press for his new book, Yearbook, talking about a lot of the wild celebrity encounters that he's had. And this is the story. He was on with Howard Stern yesterday talking about how he and Judd Apatow went to meet with Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise said that he wanted to start doing comedy. But the story starts out with Seth pulling up to his house where Seth has to pee real bad but didn't want to walk into Tom Cruise's house and immediately say, "Can I use your bathroom?"
I stopped halfway up the driveway, kind of in the woods above Sunset Boulevard, and I peed in a Snapple bottle in my car. And then I sealed the bottle and left it there and went on to have a very absurd meeting with Tom Cruise. So then as I was leaving the meeting, I was snaking back down the driveway, and as I was passing the exact spot that I peed in, I noticed a red light in the woods and looked, and there was a security camera literally pointed exactly where I was peeing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So then they go into this meeting with Tom Cruise, and part of it anyway turns into Tom Cruise just pitching them on Scientology.
A few hours into the meeting, he goes, this Scientology stuff comes up, how weird he's looked in the press lately. And then, the wording goes, and it's like with Scientology. He said, if you let me just tell you what it was really about, if you let me just give me like 20 minutes to like really just tell you what it was about, you would say no way. Me and Jen are looking at each other, and I'm like, is he going to bite? Am I going to bite? How can we come out of this? Are we strong enough to have him do this to us and not be converted? I don't know if I am. I'm generally a weak-willed, weak-minded person, I would assume, on the grand scale of people. If they got him, what chance do I have? And thank God Judd was like, I think we're good. Like, let's just talk about movies and stuff.
That's true, though, right? Like, if you're sitting there with Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise starts pitching you Scientology, and Tom Cruise says, hey, listen, just give me 20 minutes, and by the end of this, I guarantee you that you're going to be turned around. You start thinking, somebody did this to Tom.
Absolutely.
And if they did this to Tom, what chance do I stand against Tom doing that to me?
Yeah, in 20 minutes.
Yeah. But anyway, it didn't happen. So that is the time that Seth Rogen met Tom Cruise.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sophie Turner goes on social media to lash out, rightfully so, at the paparazzi who were taking pictures of her baby. Here is Sophie Turner.
Some paparazzi managed to get a picture of my daughter and I just want to say that the reason that I have been not posting pictures of my daughter and making sure that we can avoid paparazzi at all costs is because I explicitly do not want those photos out there. She is my daughter. She did not ask for this life to be photographed. It's creepy that grown old men are taking pictures of a baby without their permission. I'm sickened, I'm disgusted, and I'm respectfully asking everyone to stop following us around and stop trying to take pictures of our daughter, and especially printing them. It's disgusting, and you do not have my permission.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, those photographers, man, some of them are ruthless.
Yeah. Do you remember when Suri Cruise was that whole thing?
Mhm.
And she was like, I don't even know, like maybe 3.
Yeah.
And people were dissecting her outfits as a 3-year-old, like on
Yeah.
the cover of magazines. Because I guess at some point she had like little kid heels on, like these little tiny heels as like as she was dressing up. I don't know.
It was the worst.
Katie put her in something, just like some cute little kid outfit. And Katie was labeled a terrible mother for putting a toddler in heels. And then people were like, they were dissecting her outfits like she was on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Like it was so wild.
No,
and
you're
the thing-
disgusting for secretly taking photos.
yeah. Things have changed a lot, right?
Yeah.
Things have changed a lot. But yeah, the idea that, you know, a baby is like fair game. A baby.
I know.
Like a baby, it's a baby. But that was Sophie Turner.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Chrissy Teigen offered some sort of half-ass apology to Courtney Stodden. For the past online bullying. So if you remember, Courtney Stodden was 16 and she married that 50-year-old. And then everybody went in on her, and he was a creep and groomed her and made her do all these television appearances and then put her on Dr. Drew so Dr. Drew's people could do some sort of ultrasound to find out if she had breast implants at 16. Like, the whole thing was just gross.
Yeah.
And at the time, Chrissy Teigen was quite vicious to her. And Chrissy Teigen, who not that long ago left Twitter because she claimed that it was too toxic to live in. But she was one years ago who was one of the most toxic. One of the tweets that Courtney Stodden brought up was when Chrissy told her that she wished that she would take a dirt nap. And then Courtney also claims that the public tweets were one thing, but the DMs were a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Where Chrissy Teigen allegedly would tell her to kill herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So Chrissy Teigen wrote this, not a lot of people are lucky enough to be held accountable for all their past BS in front of the entire world. I'm mortified and sad at who I used to be. I was an insecure, attention-seeking troll. She goes on to say, I am ashamed and completely embarrassed at my behavior, but that is nothing compared to how I made Courtney feel. She then goes on to say that she tried to connect with Courtney privately, but since I publicly fueled all of this, I want to also publicly apologize. I'm sorry, Courtney. I hope you can heal now, knowing how deeply sorry I am. Well, it's not about Courtney. It's about what you did. Meanwhile, Courtney Stodden said that I accept her apology and forgive her, but she did go on to say, but the truth remains the same. I have never heard from her camp in private. In fact, she blocked me on Twitter. All of me wants to believe this is a sincere apology, but it feels like a public attempt to save her partnership with Target and other brands who are realizing her wokeness is a broken record.
Ooh,
so
damn.
that's what you
Courtney
get, I guess,
Stodden,
right?
Damn, coming through with the facts.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right, we got a lot of great questions to get through this week. Hello, Giancarlo.
Hello, how are you?
We're good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
All right. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. You have a question for the room. What is it?
My question is, it's always ask Roz and Mocha, but never how's Roz and Mocha.
Oh.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice.
Thanks for your concern.
Yeah.
Before we answer, actually, how's Giancarlo?
Not too bad. I'm lucky. Haven't been really affected with like being laid off or anything, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
Getting my vaccine tomorrow. So
your first shot?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
I'm not sure. It's either Pfizer or Moderna.
Moderna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing okay. Life is all right.
Yeah, not too bad,
Yeah. We've talked about this before where I never expect anybody to actually be interested when they ask, how are you? That's why my answer to everything is always the same, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's usually as far as I go, because nobody really wants to hear the truth, right? Nobody ever wants to engage in a conversation with you about how you're doing. When everybody has the same kind of life, everybody's just doing their goddamn best, right?
But now that we have the time, and Giancarlo's asking,
would
you
thing.
care to share? Like, is there anything on your mind that, other than answering fine, is there anything else that you could say when asked, how's Roz and Mocha?
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, and I can only speak for myself, and that is what you hear on the radio and on the podcast is the sort of it's the best you're ever going to get from me.
Yeah.
Right. So outside of this radio show and this podcast, I am a much less of a human being.
Oh.
In every way, in energy, in stamina, in kindness, in all of those things. If you can even believe it,
of this,
I'm a much less kind person.
How's Catherine stayed with you?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
So outside of all of this, you're just like straight up bummer alert?
Yeah. No, I'm just
she's with you for the looks and money.
Exactly. I'm just tired all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have had enough. Like at the end of the day, every single day, I don't hate anything. I regret no choices I've made. It is all 100% my doing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of every single day, when I put my head on the pillow, I am like, what the hell did I just do?
Yeah.
Because it is exhausting. Like I haven't actually gone to sleep in years. Every single night is collapse.
Uh-huh.
That's how I end
It's
my
exhausted.
day.
A good sleep on a Saturday, though.
No, I'm incapable of it though, because I get up and I get too much stuff going on. I'm just thinking about too many things.
I
right?
think part of that, and you just
Like,
said
I
it right there. I
just-
think part of the problem, not problem, but the thing is that you have so much on your mind. Your mind is going at 1,000% nonstop all day.
But even the fun stuff, though, like even the
No, I
fun,
know that.
even
Absolutely.
when it's not work stuff, like even when it's other stuff, like when I'm on my time and or I'm with Rox or we're together as a family, it's like I just obsessively think about everything, and so I would say that the person that you hear on the show and on the podcast is a just much more kinder, gentler, positive person than I am off. And so if I'm off the radio and somebody asks me how I am, my answer is always fine, because anything other than that would, I think, make them question their friendship with me.
Maury, how are you?
I'm good, but for the last few weeks, something's up with my left knee.
Yeah.
Like it really
Maury's got
hurts.
knee problems. Okay.
Yeah, like it hurts to like even when I go down on my knees.
Excuse me.
Like, it's excruciating pain on my knee. So I spray it every day and night with icy hot.
Okay.
And that really helps.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's
Are
up with
sure
my
you don't have a
kneecap.
blood clot coming on from the COVID shot?
I could, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And you
So
might
yeah,
wanna-
that's how I'm doing.
So Maury's got a sore knee. But I would say Maury showed up today with gel in his hair or whatever. I don't know what
leave-in conditioner.
Leave-in conditioner. Your hair looks
Maury
wet.
walked in and he looked like he just stepped out of the shower.
Yeah.
Or he was running away from somebody down the street
Right.
for like 20 blocks.
Yeah. Why the change on
When
on
my
that?
hair gets to a certain length, I like to just put something in it so it doesn't
When you
become
say
dry.
a certain length, do you mean like literally at 1/8 inch longer or shorter than what it's always been?
Yeah. When I can run my hand through it at this very slow motion, I like to put something in it.
But what about when you hit the bald spot in the back?
Yeah.
I haven't found that yet.
Yeah, no, okay.
Oh, we can
cool.
point it out.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that Maury's hands haven't found yet either. the bald spot's on the list. It's not number one on the list. It's not the top. It's not the top of the list.
Mocha, how you doing?
Freaking awesome.
It's so fun. You know, I realized this the last couple of times we've been doing this stupid podcast.
Yeah.
I realized something about myself, and that is anything Maury can say, I can turn into a joke about a
Maury cannot argue back.
Oh God, Mocha, how are you?
I am great.
Yeah?
I'm fine. Like my life hasn't changed since the pandemic
No.
started, outside of not being able to like super stupid things, right?
Sure.
Not being able to walk down the street like in the city. Not being able to go to the mall, not being able to like freely go to Home Depot without having to wipe stuff down or making sure that I check in with the person who's at the front door and they make me sanitize my hands, stuff like that, right? Other than that, my life has been, it's fine. And but much like you, like at night when I lay down, like my mind is constantly going throughout the entire day. I'm always thinking about work stuff. I'm always thinking about home stuff. I think about projects that I want to take care of, or I have an idea for something that I want to make sure gets done over the weekend. Like I'm always thinking about things. So at the end of the day, much like you, not collapse, but like I am just tired.
How are your knees?
So tired. My knees are great.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what does suck, man, is that today was the first day that we had to start doing rapid tests for COVID before we came in the building.
Oh, yeah.
And that means that we all have to get here like 15, 20 minutes before we would normally get here. And when you start your day at the hours that we all start our day, finding extra 15 or 20 at that time of day is torture. It's absolute, it's torture.
Can I tell you guys that leading up to today's date, I had been preparing.
Did you, huh?
My nighttime routine.
Yeah.
So usually I'm in bed by 8:30 every night. So between 8:30 and 9, I fall asleep. But for the past few days now, in preparation of today, I've been going to bed at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
So the sun, and now we're getting into summertime. So the sun outside is still beating down.
Are you going to bed at the same time as Cruz?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we put Cruz down. I put Cruz down like anytime between 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will hop on my iPad real quick and just do a couple more things for work or send myself notes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will pack it in.
That's crazy.
I just
go to
pictured
bed.
Jenna tucking Cruz in and then tucking you in at the same
I
time.
know.
No, I
Yeah.
leave, like Jenna's on, in the family room. She's watching TV.
Yeah.
And then I give her a kiss goodnight. And then
And you're done.
And she gets the whole house to herself.
It's funny because Maury was preparing today by spending 3 days just sticking things up his nose.
You want to make sure that things can go up.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say this, going back
What?
to what you said about the rapid test thing,
Yeah.
is like when you stick that thing up there or whatever, it's often there's like stuff comes out with it.
I know, it's a worry. It's a
That's
worry.
why before we do it, you should like just blow your nose.
I was looking for a tissue. They didn't have that available.
No, I know they have they have a pump of alcohol. What do you call that stuff?
Sanitizer.
Thank you. I should know that by now. I should know that. But yeah, no, it's that's really thrown a wrench into all of our days. So if you want to know how we're doing, that's the truest answer I think that you're going to get from all of us, man.
Thank you, Giancarlo.
Awesome. Have a great day, guys.
Right on,
Later,
brother.
dude. Nikki Chena, who's been listening to this show for a real long time, her question is this. When someone is talking, do you think about your response or do you try to actually listen?
Depends.
Okay, there's your answer.
I would say that there are the most conversations that I have in my life are either in here with you guys on the radio, or I'm doing interviews with people over Zoom.
Yeah.
Those are the vast majority of the conversations I have in my day, right? Vast majority. And so I walk that line of listening completely, like intently, and making sure I know where I'm going next, right?
Yeah.
So it's just that balance. So I would say I don't favor one or the other. If I did favor one or the other, it would be for me listening.
Yeah.
Because listening, if I'm not listening, then I won't get triggered to say something else.
Because with the interviews, you know that you have 4 or 5 minutes. So you know that you have to wait for them
I get
to end
like
a
10 or
sentence.
15, but that's just me more.
Okay, so for I get 4 or 5 minutes.
Damn, bro.
See, that's why I was listening then, right? That wasn't even supposed to be the point of the conversation, but that's what happens when you listen. Got him.
Yeah, no, I would say listening because then that way you know how to structure your response or if you have a follow-up question or anything like that.
I'm getting a lot better at listening and
No, you're not.
No, you're not. More, the
You
amount of
are
times,
the worst.
If somebody could please go through, if there's a super fan listening right now to all the times on this show, and there have been many, all the times on this show where Mocha and I we've been talking for 2 or 3 minutes and about a very specific thing that I've just said, and Mocha and I we're almost at the end of the conversation, where you walk in out of that room and go, it's just like this, and you say the thing that I said 2 minutes ago that we've just spent 2 minutes talking about.
You should have somebody who's listening do a supercut.
You don't listen to nothing, man. You don't listen to nothing.
Marla says here, if you could only eat one type of cheese for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, God damn it. That's a hard question.
Amazing question.
Because there's so much good cheese out there.
I have 3 answers.
No, what you got to go to your number one, though, more. Yeah, you have to answer the question.
Because one is
So-
more expensive than the other.
I know, but you have to think, right? If this is like the only cheese, think about how you use cheese in your life. What is the one cheese that you could use with more than one dish?
Yeah, but
You know
I
what
don't
mean?
cook with a lot of cheese. I like cheese. I just like cutting and eating cheese.
So you won't have like cheese on a hamburger, or you won't add cheese to pasta.
Not usually, no. I just like to eat cheese.
Okay.
So what's your answer? Pick one. Only one.
Okay, I will. Queijo St. George.
Excuse me.
It's Portuguese
That sounds
cheese.
made up.
No, queijo is how you say cheese in Portuguese. Now you know.
Okay.
And St. George is
Maury's the
island.
guy that went to Portugal once.
Yeah. And now
he's been an expert ever
knows
since.
everything.
Oh God, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, go
so
ahead.
it's called what? Cheese St. George?
Yeah, queijo, St. George. St. George.
But what kind of cheese is it?
It's from the island of St. George.
No,
it's
but
the
like
cheese they make.
nobody knows what this is.
It's like a spiced cheddar.
Okay.
So just say that. It's a spicy
and
cheddar.
it's really good.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll bring you
spicy
in some
cheddar.
one day.
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
I'm trying to think of, like, here's my thing. Okay, when we start talking about cheeses, the reason why I find this so frustrating is if I had to only eat one cheese for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
okay, it needs to be versatile enough where I could put it on a pizza, right?
Yeah.
Also on a cracker.
Yeah.
Also melted on a, like, say, garlic bread with cheese.
Yep.
Also on a burger.
Yep.
Also on a burrito. Also,
We have
right?
two options then for that.
So it's and I need a low moisture cheese.
What
right?
about parm?
No, absolutely not. Not parm.
Parm, not that best on pizza.
No, because I can't
What are
put.
you talking about? People put Parmesan cheese on pizza
But
all
I'm
the time.
thinking that you mean like crumpling it and melting it on. I was immediately thinking mozzarella.
No, see, my thing with mozzarella is one, there's too much moisture in mozzarella.
It is,
So if
yeah.
I had mozzarella, I wouldn't want mozzarella one on a burger. It doesn't melt right.
Yeah.
I don't want mozzarella on a taco. I don't want mozzarella on a cracker. To me, that's not good.
So
right?
the only answer really is cheddar.
Is like I would do an aged white cheddar,
Yeah.
a dry, low moisture aged white cheddar, because I can put that on a pizza and I can put it in pasta and I can melt it on bread. Would it be great on a burger? No, I would probably never have another cheeseburger again
Have
in
you
my
ever
life.
had but have you ever had Jarlsberg?
Yeah.
That's a good cheese.
Yeah.
What's Jarlsberg?
Yeah, it's
Man, y'all into some fancy ass cheese.
Jarlsberg looks like Swiss, but it tastes sweeter. But it is a low moisture.
Yeah, I don't
cheese.
see. Yeah, I don't like. I know. That's why for me, right? Like when I go, if I'm making nachos, or if I'm making a pizza, if I'm doing any of those things, I used to always go and buy like the ball of buffalo mozzarella, like really really good cheeses, right? I don't do that anymore if I'm making a pizza at home. The cheese I buy if I'm making a pizza or if I'm making nachos, I used to go and spend so much money and so much time coming up with the perfect combo of cheeses for everything. Now I go to those stupid bags where it's pre-shredded.
Yeah, those
and,
are great.
And that's what I buy.
Yeah.
Because the moisture content in those cheeses is much lower than the moisture content if you're just buying mozzarella on its own. And it melts so much better on a pizza or on a taco
I
or
thought you were
whatever
going to
it
say
is.
the jar of liquid cheese because you like using that.
Of what liquid cheese?
I thought you like
Cheese Whiz?
Yeah, I thought you like using
Cheese Whiz.
What is the cheese that you?
Oh
melt?
no, the Tostitos cheese.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Oh.
that.
No, but you can't have that with pasta,
No,
though.
you can't. You can't put that on pasta.
You
It's-
technically
no.
could.
No, that would be
No.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's
that would be
gross.
disgusting.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with like a cheddar as
Yeah.
well, just based
You
on
have to, right?
based on the amount of options you have to use
Yeah.
it with multiple dishes, right?
See, I want to toss out a throw out, like a shout out to bocconcini because I do a lot of the caprese salads with the tomato and the
Yeah.
basil and stuff.
Yeah.
So
But-
I think you could do a lot with
But
bocconcini.
no, you cannot. Bocconcini is good for one thing and one thing only, which is a caprese salad. It doesn't melt well. It doesn't melt well.
But it's so good.
Of course, it's great. It's
Oh,
delicious,
I
but
know.
it's not.
I
It's
love
not
that
top of my
cheese.
list.
Oh,
I can't put it on there. I can't put it at the
I
top
could
of my
probably
list.
eat a full, and it's not good for
Eat
you.
it like
but
an apple.
Yeah, I could probably
Yeah.
eat a full
Yeah.
ball of bocconcini.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
it's so good.
And have you ever had applewood smoked?
I think we're done talking about cheese now. More. Thanks.
This nerd over here, with all his knowledge of cheese.
We didn't even mention brie.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
All right, Sarah says here, you walk into a restaurant and see the rosin mocha on the menu. Oh, what is it?
God. Oh, I have the perfect answer.
Okay.
Okay. And assuming it's one dish, not not the Roz or the mocha. It's one
the rosin mocha.
The rosin mocha.
Because I have something in mind.
Okay. I'm
as
gonna
well.
okay. I'm
But
gonna
you go first.
Okay,
you go
I'm
first.
gonna throw it out there. Where
Okay.
if I walked into a restaurant and if I saw the rosin mocha, where I'm like, to me, just what you and I talk about, this can go one of two ways. I'm not going down the Italian route.
Okay.
Sorry for you. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. But if I walked into a restaurant this is what the Razamoka would be. I'd be like, please, can I have the Razamoka? And they would be like, absolutely. And it would be a like platter plate.
Yes.
And on that platter plate would be a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
French fries with gravy, a side of hot sauce, and chicken fingers.
Bro, that's like so similar to what I was gonna say. For real, that
it would be,
in my mind, it is it has to be a platter with multiple things on it. I was gonna add in I was gonna say a hamburger.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe some pizza, maybe some chicken wings.
I was gonna
toss some ribs
but
in
let's
there
be
as well.
let's be realistic. It's not the Razamoka buffet, right?
No,
if it was
no,
the Razamoka buffet,
So instead of burger, what about sliders? Because you can get a platter with
don't like
things
them.
that have sliders on them.
Don't like them. Like if you're pairing two things together, like if one is the sort of Raz and one is the mocha, right? So you got to pair two entrees onto one plate. So it's going to be either burger and wings, burger and chicken fingers, burger and pizza.
Okay, so
pizza
then
and chicken.
I would say then burger and chicken fingers.
Burger and chicken fingers
with a couple
fries.
pierogies.
No. Burger. I know. Get the. I'm gonna. You know what that is? That's like the Maury garnish on the side. They're like, I wanted the Raz and mocha, but I didn't want the Maury. Like, let me get the wet pierogi away from my nice crispy French fries. You weirdos, right?
I'd never eat at that restaurant again.
No, neither would I. Who would think that anybody would want that? If you're sitting down having a burger, right? A burger and chicken fingers. Okay, so bun on the burger, breading on the chicken fingers, starchy French fries, and a thick gravy. And you think I want to add pierogies to that? I would like oh, God, like mashed potatoes and cheese with everything. Just like no, but it would with a really delicious gravy, I think.
Yeah.
And I think whatever your hot sauce is could be a hot sauce option.
Sure.
And then I always like I like mayo with fries. And
I like mayo with fries as
I
well.
like mayo with fries. So
we'll
I think
add
I think that's the platter. I think that we've built it now. I think it's
with a glass of milk.
Excuse me.
Bro,
How
honestly.
long have you been working on the show for?
Mocha drinks a glass of milk.
No, I don't.
You did once.
Again, that's the pierogi crawling back on the plate.
I know.
The pierogi's like, hey guys.
You make it seem like I'm drinking milk every single day.
No, don't do that. That's insulting to a man to say he drinks milk.
Like I can go home after the show, and the first thing I do, I kiss my child, I kiss my wife, and I'm like, oh man, let me get this glass of milk.
Yeah, as a self-respecting grown man, there's a lot of things that I would not want Catherine, or in your case, your wife, to hear about you. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things maybe from your past or habits that you have or things you do when they're out that you do, but you don't want them to ever know about it because it's going to change the way they look at you. Yeah. Drinking milk is on that list. Right? Like if Catherine ever came home and saw me at the table with a big giant glass of milk, right? I would throw that thing across the room like I was hiding porno.
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
Like I didn't say anything. Okay, Kara has a great question, okay?
Yes.
When you were single and you wanted to flirt with someone, what was your go-to move or line? Maury, go.
You look really tense. Can I give you a massage?
That is so... You would say that to strangers? Like what? Like was that your first line?
No, I'll eventually get to that.
No. But what was your
Like-
go-to move? What was your line?
Okay, so I'm picturing my.
Did that
I'm at
ever
Woody's
work? Did that ever work?
all the
I
time?
think he's all the time. I think
There
I'm
was
pretty
once
sure you
I
said
had
it like one time.
No, there was
at
one
work.
like there was an IT like one of it was Geek Squad came over with a very straight
Yeah,
guy.
you've told this
And
story before.
Yes.
Like while we're sitting in my bedroom waiting for something to happen on the computer, I'm like, I'm really good at massage. We have nothing to do. Would you like it? And then he ended up shirt off, face down in my bed, and I was sitting on top of him.
Was he gay?
No.
Were you really?
Yeah, he reminded me afterwards, going, I'm straight. Here's a picture of my girl.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds. Every straight guy does that.
So what did you?
I don't know a whole lot of I don't know a whole lot of straight guys that have ever been in a situation shirtless, face down, with a stranger who's sitting on them on a bed and going, "Just so you know, I'm straight."
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
I know.
Straight guys don't wind up in that situation.
Well, I guess when you have time to kill and you work for Geek Squad.
Gay guys with girlfriends wind up in that situation.
And did anything
right?
happen?
No, that was it.
That was it. You
I
rubbed him
promised
down.
I promised I wouldn't do anything else.
Did he rub you down at all?
No.
You never flopped back over and said, "Okay, my turn."
No.
No, huh?
Were you hoping something was
No,
going to
because
happen?
halfway through the massage, there was ding, and I was like, oh, geez. The computer was done.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm surprised
I thought you
you didn't put your boot through it. Broke again. Still broke.
Yeah, we may be here another 2 hours. Ross, did you have a
line?
a move
No.
or a line?
No.
I sure as hell didn't. I cannot answer that. Like back in the day, I had zero game. Whatsoever. Zero. Like loser.
Oh, the other one I did, if I was sitting at the bar at Woody's with like a guy that I liked or whatever, I'd walk up and be like, "Are you in line for the bathroom?" And then they would be like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, cool. So we can talk longer."
Oh,
I remember doing that once too.
That's a terrible line. I started coming up with lines after like Catherine and I were long together, fully established, right? Just like in the house.
What? You would just say them to her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I remember one time I looked at Catherine and I said, "Hey, hon." She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'm just going to go downstairs and have sex for a bit if you want to join."
Yo, when you go home today. Oh no, you can't. Your kids at home.
Roxy's doing homeschooling
Yeah, no, you can't
and all
do
that
that.
other stuff. There's no time.
You can do it. You can just do like a playful, "Hey, so you come here often?"
Yeah.
Do something like that. Just see what her response is.
Yeah, no, because because I never really did any, like I never really gave lines. Like all of my hookups were always just, they were almost, for the most part, like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking
Internet-based?
for. No, there was a lot of that. No, they were almost like non-verbal hookups. If I think that's a thing where you find yourself in an area or in a situation that's crowded and you just start like making out with somebody.
Sure.
Right? Like it's sort of the conversation happens after the fact.
I've never had that.
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more. You look tense.
Yo, if you went home today, or when you go home today, right, and you walk into the office, Maury, and damn it, Matthew is sitting there, what would his reaction be if you were to say to him, "Hey, you look tense. Let me give you a massage"?
He would tell me to close the door because he'd be like, "Get the hell out. I'm busy right now." Because he's writing speeches for a bunch of executives. So he'd tell me to get the hell out.
Oh, wow.
What would happen if Matthew was on a Zoom call and you snuck in the door on your hands and knees and crawled under the front of the desk?
Great question. I think he would at first slap me in the face, but if I just pushed his hand away and forced myself, he would eventually give in.
Well, that's the exact answer that I thought we were going to get from that question. No surprises here.
Oh my God. That's your question.
No surprises
every
here.
Week we post on Instagram at Kiss925. Ask Roz and Mocha. And of course, just like Giancarlo today, we will have one of you join us to ask your question to the room. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.